all this fraud going on in Minnesota, and I hope a lot of people go to jail. But 590,000 people buying a phone at $500 or $600 each. Add that the up. Just the down payments of $100 is 60 million. Give me my phones or give me my money back.
Look, again, I feel bad for this guy. That is a
no, you won't get your money back because you're a fucking idiot. Trump phones. Weren't those supposed to come out last year? Well, now there's news coming out that the Trump crime family has pretty much racked up $59 million to $60 million on deposits for these phones that won't be coming out. And I'm calling it now. But anyway, let's jump into this.
Where the fuck's my phones? Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Told they're going to be the best. Talked my son into ordering some.
He really sells it by how much he's yelling in that. I think Alex Jones has a new heir apparent. But anyway, that guy evidently is very angry that his Trump phone hasn't been delivered. And I can understand that. If I'd purchased 4 phones before there was any evidence that they were ever going to be released, that's a lot of money. And I made my son buy some, I'd be pretty angry too.
But they're not really angry. They're not. They're not angry at all. They're angry at Donald Trump Jr. and Eric. They're not mad at Donald Trump. They won't affiliate the actions of his sons with Trump, though they only purchased the phone because of their last name and their affiliation to their father. There is no logic when it comes to these people. And even if they're upset about this money that they lost, I mean, this guy has on his shades, he's riding in his truck, he probably has plenty of money, he's not worried about it. But there's plenty of those who may not have money, and it matters so little. They'll make sure not to attribute the pain or suffering or anger that they have for being duped to the man that is the reason why they would have purchased those phones in the first place. But, you know, I'm just talking on my ass as usual.
More you find out about the scam that's been run on these Trump voters with the gold Trump phone, the more justifiable their anger actually is. So we're gonna give you an update on the phone, what has changed over time with regards to it. But first, let's play out the video where the guy sort of talks about some of the aspects of the scam. Take a look.
We heard they're gonna come out in September. Yeah, we can wait. September rolls around. No, it's gonna be November. No, it's gonna be the end of the year. They actually stopped taking orders for them in November. Now we can't get any updates on them. Now, we got all this fraud going on in Minnesota, and I hope a lot of people go to jail. But 590,000 people buying a phone at $500 or $600 each. Add that the up. Just the down payments of $100 is 60 million. Give me my phones or give me my money back.
Look, again, I feel bad for this guy. That is
No, you won't get your money back because you're a fucking idiot. You thought that supporting this guy who has been known to con people, you know, a lot of people try to say that, oh, all this hate came for Trump after he started to run for president and after he started his political campaign. Do you know that you can find articles about all the stuff that Trump has done way before he began his political campaign and his political run? I remember reading a story when I was in college about how Trump had some pianists come build a piano for him and his son, and it was like their only business. And they took so much time out of they pretty much dedicated themselves to building this piano for this man, and he didn't pay them. It's a known thing that this guy's a con artist. So in all reality, I don't feel bad for these people. I don't see the reason for the anger. You know what you signed up for. He literally goes to his rallies and talks about the snake. He is describing himself. But yet they don't pick up on that. You know, fucking idiots once again.
A lot of money to put down, but I also love the knee-jerk need to put a little bit of that. Oh, there's also Somalis. So anyway, if that makes you feel better for a little bit, but anyway, I want this guy to get his money back. He apparently has been scammed. I feel bad for him. The numbers are really bad. 590,000 buyers paid $59 million for Trump's gold phone. Not one has been shipped, and refunds look unlikely. The entire thing makes so little sense when you think about it. First of all, why do you want a Trump phone? I don't want a Bernie phone. I don't even know what that would be. What does that have to? What does the one have to do with the other?
There will be no refunds because people have already tried to have the FTC look into this, and they've been silent, at least publicly. There's no refunds. They've actually removed their obligation in their statement online. I believe they said something like, you giving this 100 doesn't guarantee that you would have gotten a phone if we decide on making a phone in the first place. That's literally the message that they're giving everyone now. And the release dates no longer on the website. That to hear him say that, like, I don't know if John has lost his mind by saying he feels bad for these people and wants them to get their money back. No, I disagree. I feel as though lessons won't be learned if you get your money back. Lessons won't be learned if there's some type. These people should suffer. These people should. I wish they would have had a bigger down deposit. I said down deposit. I wish they would have had a bigger down deposit down to ensure that these people got involved in financial hardship. I really want the worst for these type of people that support this guy solely because of his name. Because the main reason they're supporting him solely because of his name is because of everything behind what Trump represents. And you know what Trump represents from his followers. You know, the people with the complexion for protection, as I mentioned before. What they want is this utopia of. Anyway, I won't go too deep into that. But yes, I don't feel bad. I don't want them to get their money back. I want them to suffer. I genuinely do. Anyone who supports Donald Trump and is conned by him, please eat it up. Eat it up.
Why do you need everything with Trump's name on it? And if you're Trump, why do you need that $59 million? You've been given billions by the Emiratis and all that. Like, what do you care about $59 million at this point? It's not gonna buy you anything you don't already have. All of this is so utterly pointless. But anyway, let's turn now to timelines. As I said, not a single confirmed customer has received the phone. It was initially supposed to be available last summer. That was pushed back to November, December, mid-March. As of April, there's no release date altogether. What the phone is supposed to look like has also changed. You can see a comparison on the left and more recently on the right from February. It is a different phone with a totally different setup. And even on the newer one, it says product features and images are for illustration only. Final product appearance and specifications may vary. And it's pretty amazing when you have priced a phone and you have no idea what the specifications will be. How do you even know if it's worth it? You have no way. They had initially.
Because that wasn't the point. Because that wasn't the point. The point wasn't to get a phone that actually worked. The phone was to show off my other MAGA friends and everybody else that I'm a Trump supporter. I got Trump Mobile. I got Trump Mobile America. That's what it was about. It's just like with how he needs his name on everything, and these people will buy everything with his name on it. It's to show that they are part of the cult. They are part of the group. And if you're not part of it, let me show off what I got. Oh yeah, you want to cry some liberal tears because I got a gold phone made in America? Come to find out, it wasn't going to be made in America in all reality. I think the last 10 final components would be done in Miami or some shit like that. Like everything about the advertising for this phone before the deposit was available to make was a lie. Every single part of it was a lie. And it doesn't matter. It does not matter what they tell these people. As long as they put their name on it, they'll buy it. I literally signed up for Trump's email newsletter to see how they go about promoting things, if they talk about policies. No, it is on, I think every other day I get an email asking me for money. Constantly. This family of billionaires, Trump himself, billionaires. And yet you're asking me, your supporter, for money constantly. I don't think you need any more money to fund any campaigns or anything like that. You shouldn't even be worried about any more campaigns. But here we are. Here we are with these people complaining about them not getting the thing that they were told they were going to get. Not even getting something similar to it. Getting nothing at all. I love it. I genuinely love it. Reading about this yesterday brought me so much joy. For every single one of them that wanted to purchase the phone just because Trump's name on it. Forget how much, does it do 5G, 4G, 3G? Does it have internet capability? Can you use social media apps on it? It does not matter. They just wanted the phone because Trump's name was on it. That's it. And now, suffer. I wish it was a greater suffering, honestly.
said that it was going to be made in America. We knew that that was not going to be the case, and we were proven to be right. The Made in America claim has been dropped. Now it says designed with American values in mind, which is true. The entire thing was set up as a scam to separate their sheep from their money. That's American values in operation. So I feel like they've earned that. But here's the craziest part. This is my favorite part about the entire thing. Sarcastically, I do feel bad for these people. Trump Mobile quietly updated its pre-order deposit terms and conditions back on April 6th. At the time of writing, the terms and conditions read, quote, a pre-order deposit provides only a conditional opportunity if Trump Mobile later elects in its sole discretion to offer the device for sale. A deposit is not a purchase, does not constitute acceptance of an order, does not create a contract for sale, does not transfer ownership or title interest, does not allocate or reserve specific inventory, and does not guarantee that a device will be produced or made available for purchase.
So you are just donating your money. You know, on top of the email newsletters that you get and the email requests begging for money that most Trump supporters usually give, and not knowing that there's a recurring payment on it most of the time because it's in really fine print. On top of those donations that you're constantly giving, unbeknownst to you, you're also donating money. This was not a deposit. Pardon me for even labeling it as a down payment or a deposit at the start of my video. It's just a donation. You just pretty much put some money in Don Jr. and Eric's pockets for fun, you know, because they need it more than you do. You know, the poor, struggling people of America that have to work 9 to 5s, you know, like clearly we want to give our money to these people who are rich and are taking away more things away from us on a daily basis. That's exactly what Trump supporters support. What do they say on Twitter or X? This is what I voted for. This is what you voted for. Be happy. Enjoy it.
It's not a pre-order. It's literally just money you put down so that if we decide to sell it, which we might not, you can then purchase it, which obviously they try to get you to buy it at that point anyway. What was the point of any of this, JR?
So I do want to make that very clear. Full price. Because as you can see from that statement, it's not like a partial payment. It won't be applied to if they create a phone. You literally just donated money. And if the phone were to come out for $500, you wouldn't be paying $400 because you already put a deposit of $100 down. No. That was simply a deposit. That was simply a donation. That's it. Yo, I can't lie. The Trump crime family is amazing. I used to think that Trump was a bit of an idiot. His father supposedly said so, or his mother, whichever one of them. But let's be real. This man is a genius. He's low-key a genius at conning, and he's very charismatic. And I guess the words that he uses to make people fall for this, or in all reality, maybe he's not a genius, but smart enough to understand how easy it is to manipulate racist and ignorant people. I think that's really what it is. And to some level, that is some level of genius to be able to do that to his level of success. So yeah, genius, honestly. I wish I had the skills that Trump has to do what he does to people that believe in him for whatever reason they believe in him. Or I wish I had a cause that people would want to subscribe to and adhere to just as much as he does. Like racism is so powerful that these people will harm themselves and their family members, disown family members that they've known their entire lives, just to be able to support Trump and his family. They will go broke to make sure that Trump and his family stay rich. I can't make this shit up.
I think we know the point. John, I gotta disagree with you on some very key points here. He said you feel bad for the guy and you hope he gets his money back. Disagree. Agree to disagree. This guy deserves to toss his money around to Donald Trump and maybe learn a lesson. He gets something maybe for his money that he gave, maybe a lesson to be learned that the rest of MAGA apparently can't learn. And anyone else that gets associated with this guy and gets screwed over then doesn't learn. Because every time the next person gets screwed over, they say, how would I ever known that Donald Trump would con me? He's not a con artist, at least until he conned me. But
time out. No. While I did say that they all need to learn a lesson, in all reality, no lesson will be learned. That same guy, if Trump were to illegally run for 2028, that guy will vote for him. He will vote for him. He'll donate to his campaign. He'll buy merch. He'll do it all. It makes no difference to these people because the true agenda of what they want is what they're supporting. It's not policies because Trump doesn't give policies. Oh, by the way, sorry for the banging. It's not about policies. It's not about whether or not he's making the future brighter for Americans and their future generations and their family. No. It's about making sure that minorities or people that don't look like them are under their thumb and are living worse off lives than they are. Duh. Like, no lesson was really learned by that guy yelling about Trump and him not getting his phone and his family members. If he were not to get a phone, which in all reality, I believe that he thinks if he puts this on Twitter or True Social, Trump will personally send him some phones and he'll be like, listen, I got mine. Yeah, that's a real man right there. I truly support him because we got ours. Fuck everybody else. That 60 million that they made, if that family in particular got theirs, because they really believe that they can communicate with Trump directly. They really believe that they're a part of some type of friendship or something like that. No lesson was learned by these people. Even the brokest of broke or people who are suffering. Let's say you lost your farm and you were one of those people who was thriving at the time when you supported Trump and put a donation down for $100, and now you've lost your farm. Guess what? Those people who lost their farm or lost their businesses would still vote for Trump in 2028 if he was able to run again. Guarantee you. And I'm saying able to. That's you know, like that's kind of iffy and sketchy because who knows? He just might. I'm leaning more towards he will. And with the justices that he put in those district courts based on my last video, make sure you go check that out. It's very possible. And they will make sure that they clear the path for him to do so. This is America now. And just like he said, there's no way in hell I'm going to feel bad or want them to get their goddamn money back. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Like, John, are you? Anyway.
Thing is about this guy, I actually really hope, I really hope that he's like some kind of actor that's embodying the probably, anger that's coming from these folks who gave up $59 million, as you said. And by the reason that he wants those $59 million is because he's greedy. If they would have read Trump's Bible that they also bought for too much money, maybe they could find that section where it talks about how greed is like a sin and it could lead to idolatry, which oddly they're also doing.
Yeah.
It's almost like this entire movement is chocked full of idiots that would go for scams like this and not realize that after he scams them, he's gonna continue to, scam them again. But lastly, if you look closely, he has his MAGA sunglasses on, which makes me think this guy's an actor. Because
there you go. Whether he's acting or not, because something that I've noticed in the past couple of years or past like 6 to 10 years, all over social media are actors. Grifters, fake black conservatives, or people that you knew in your own life for quite some time, and they never had these views, and then all of a sudden they have all these views and pretty much are hating again on their own people. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy's an actor, or like I said, he really thinks that he can communicate with Trump. He really thinks that. A lot of them believe that. Like the idolatry, it's a cult, and I'm glad he used the word idiot because I've been using it the entire video. They're idiots. They're genuine idiots who really believe in this whole race war when it's a class war going on. And Trump is in a class that is conning any of the lower classes, and they support that. They support giving their money away to people who have all the money in the world, to people who put other millionaires and billionaires in positions to continue taking money away from you. But you feel bad for them? Never. Are you fucking kidding me?
Way too on point. But he reflected his phone, talking to himself, complaining, and it's an infinite loop of absolute stupidity. I was really close, John. But his eyeglasses kept reflecting his stupid points, and I really enjoyed that part.
Yeah, it is interesting. They don't seem to be legally allowed to be in their car without those sort of shades on. And I don't I drive all the time. I sometimes wear sunglasses, but lots of the time I don't. They always have those big shades on. It's so strange. And I just don't get, you buy a phone because it's got a new feature or it's really fast or whatever. Why are you buying a phone just because it's gold? just because it has Trump's name, you have no idea how it's going to function, what operating system it's going to have, if it's ever going to be available. That is a level of cult nonsense that I will never understand. I like Bernie. I like AOC. Well, I don't know what merch I have, if any. And I'm definitely not going to buy like an AOC laptop without knowing. Like, I want to see a review. MKBHD better put out a video on it before I buy the AOC laptop. That's all I'm saying.
I've been saying this for fucking years. I never understood the idea of buying a politician's merch. You're supposed to hold your politicians accountable, but for some reason, these people on the right, they really believe like this person is like their savior or like some celebrity. You're supposed to question that the things that your politicians do and ensure that they're doing things for their constituents and the people of America. Like you're not supposed to be doing things for yourself and enriching your family, but yet for some reason, the right have gotten to this place where it's like to own the left and the libs and ensure that they get these liberal tiers. They will do everything to support this guy, whether it's in favor of them or not. I just can't understand it. But that's the thing. I'm not a dummy. At least I would hope that I'm not. And I'm not going to ever understand the level of cult nonsense that John is talking about. The level of cult nonsense to see Hispanics get deported in mass by this administration and then decide, let's vote for that guy again. The level of cult nonsense to see these farmers who needed a bailout the first time he was president decide, I'm going to vote for that guy a third time. And then when they're begging for money and their farms are closing and they're saying this farm has been in my family for generations and we're losing it. And it's like, I didn't expect this from Trump. You know, he tricked me. Guess what? Trump is running for a third term. The district courts have allowed it. Guess what? That same farmer will fucking do. Fourth time voting for Trump. Farm gone and everything. Doesn't matter. You can't make it up, man. You know, at the end of the day, it seems like nothing can put a chink in this guy's armor. And like I said, these people will find a way to place blame on his family members, on the administration. I even believe that they said something to the effect of the reason that the phone didn't come out was because of the government shutdown. Meanwhile, this is a private company that had nothing to do with the government shutdown. And their supporters ate it up. It doesn't matter what happens with this guy. Once you're part of a cult and your main objective is the racism at the end of the day, they don't care about being conned. And we shouldn't care about them being conned or losing their money or their livelihood. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you check out my last video regarding the district court judges that Trump nominated. And you'll see where the path that we're headed down. It's looking like some dark times. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and I'm gonna holler at you guys next time. Peace.